Cute cat, cute cat, cute cat. Anyway.
Corona, stay inside.
Hello and welcome to this episode of I Am Drummer, and tonight I am playing, some of the lovely products from Prologix. Now these are my own pads. These two I bought, this was a gift because it was no longer being made, but anyway, some of the things I want to talk to you about, practice pads, especially now because the world has gone to the wall. The world has gone to the wall. Cute cat, cute cat, cute cat. Anyway, and we're all stuck inside. So for me, it's more of getting away from the kit because my wife is working from home and could be working from home up to 3 months. And obviously schools have decided to close. So now our 6-year-old son is at home and the only time I can really play is at night. I don't have a studio, which I did. So I use practice pads. So these were my kind of go-to pads for a long time and still are. We still get these in Australia. They kind of a little bit hard to get. They are on the more expensive range. If you change your mindset, why they worth so much? Instead of saying they're expensive, but the reason why they're worth so much is because they're actually a really good quality pad. I've been beaten on these for I'd say 5, maybe 6 years. They're that old and they're not showing much signs of wear and tear. A couple of chips here and there from being in luggage, but these are a really, really solid pads. So we are going to go through the blue one, the red one, it's heavy, and this one, which is discontinued. Really cool pad. I really like it. So less talking, more playing, and play some pads. And I can't go anywhere because I'm sitting down. So the first pad we've got up here is the road worn, my very much road worn Blue Lightning Prologix pad. This is my go-to pad. Now the reason why is because you see a lot of drummers who will use a heavier stick to build up their chops or whatever. But really the best in practice, and this is what I found anyway, is to change the surface, change the pad. So you keep in the muscle memory, because when you change sticks, your muscle memory does change because you're also getting a heavier stick or a thicker or a lighter, could be a lighter stick, but it just depends. But most people go for the heavy stick, even those metal sticks, the chop builders. So I generally use a workout pad, and this has been my workout pad for a number of years now, since about 2015. And what I like about this pad is the fact that it is quiet, much quieter than a normal pad. And because it has a less bounce or less rebound, you do have to work a little harder. So if I was just doing just basic strokes, you can really kind of lay into it, and the volume is next to nothing. I mean, there's still obviously got volume, and it's a really cool pad. I really like it. You can still play rim shots, but it is quite late. You can. I generally don't on a practice pad. I usually just force the accents out. But what I like about this pad is that you can really just, sit here and on all hours of the night. It's 1 o'clock in the morning here at the moment. So you can literally, if I'm doing say inverted double strokes, which is one of my favorite rhythms to do, is not really making a lot of volume, getting a good workout. It's a great pad. I mean, this is the older version, but this is a kind of a workout pad that I like. And it does have, excuse me for a second, just in here. It does have on the back here some lovely basically cutouts for your snare drum stand to go into, because you can put this on a snare drum, which a lot of people do, and I do too, but I generally find I use this away from away from a snare drum. I take it on the road. It's been all around the world with me. It's been my go-to for warm-up. Now, here comes the other one, which is the Red Storm. Okay, this is the Red Storm. Slightly newer model, pretty much the same pad. Really good pad, really forgiving on the hands. It's almost as good as playing what I found an actual snare drum head. I mean, it doesn't feel exactly the same, but it's pretty close. And this has been around the traps a few times too, but the other one's my real go-to. Now, with this pad, you get more of the feel, like the closest sensation to playing a snare drum. But because I play or practice at night time, this does create a little bit more volume. You can hear it, it's actually a lot louder, so getting back to those inverted doubles. A lot more volume to it. This is generally not the pad I would go to, but if I'm going into to do a gig and I'm on tour and I want to warm up my hands in a very relaxed environment, I would use this because you're not getting a bigger workout, you're just warming up your hands. Now, there is another pad Prologix made. They don't make it anymore. I'm going to show you what it looks like. Okay, now this is it. So it's pretty rudimentary. Basically, it's a combination of the two pads. Now, I'm going to throw this down for a second. I've taken the label off. I generally don't like labels on pads. I find them distracting. I do want to get the reflex pad and try that. That's got the reflex across it, a bit sharpy. But anyway, so this is basically the best of both worlds. Now, this is a really cool pad. What I like about it is because it's got two sides. Super. There is a downfall. I'll explain to you in a second. So, this side of the pad, which is the blue side, which I prefer. So I can generally, I've been known to stand in elevators and even in cars and just working on kind of working on bits and pieces. This side is the more forgiving side, more the work, the less of a workout, but more the warm up, which is really cool. It does remind me of a lot of the old table tennis bats, you know, like from Forrest Gump.
Oh, but Mum, I only like using my own paddle.
The downside is though, this side down on top of a table or somewhere with a smooth surface grips on. When you turn it over though, this thing starts to move. And they did make this, they actually discontinued it for a couple of reasons. That was the main one. I'm not too sure if they make it now. I wish they did, because this is a no-brainer for me. And when I do want to use this, whichever side, I'll get a bit of gaffer tape and just gaffer it down. So these pads are great. I actually highly recommend them. They're not the cheapest pad though, and this is the thing in Australia. Now the dollar's gone to, well, it's gone up the wall. Well, I think we're sitting at about 58 cents at the moment to the USD. I remember getting these pads. I think the larger pad was about 120 Australian dollars, and the blue pad was about 100, I think, or even 90. This was a gift from Prologix to say, try this out, let us know what you think. And I pleaded with them to bring it back, but I don't think they ever did. So the dollar, when these pads first came out, and the market really didn't have a lot of pads, they had the generic ones. This was up there in price, but now you're getting like the Reflex, I mean, the Prologix. But my go-to pad has literally been the Evans rear feel, because a lot of the times I practice is warming up. Essentially, that's what I'm using a pad for. If I feel the need, which I do now because I'm inside the house and we can't really go out anywhere at the moment, not till tomorrow night at least. I use more of the workout pad because it's quieter and I'm getting a bit more of a workout. That's about it. So thank you for watching this episode. It's a very quick one. Check out the Prologix pads. They've obviously expanded the range since. But I'm going to get some reflex ones in. I'm also going to get the Vader pad in because that's a great pad. There's a Billy Hyde's one with like a weird rubber pad. It's I'm not a fan of it personally, and I'm also going to try some other ones as well. So thank you for watching. I'll see you all very, very, very soon.